What did you see there, man? Speed, the power, the accuracy. Oh, gosh. That's a KO shot right there. You got to remember, that's the first time I've hit the pads for 12 months. Yeah? And I've only been in the gym for 4 weeks and not done any, cardio. That's a knockout shot right there. My man said, no wonder Sonny didn't want to spar you, because his head would go through the fucking door, blood. Of course he would, man. I'm a heavyweight. So how are we all? Yes, my man Michael Maloney is in the house. What's up, brother? Yes, brother. It was great to see you as always. You know how it rolls. We love to see the Maloney brothers. Let's go, brother. It's going, bro. It's going, bro. Did you like the intro? I'm my boy Railway. Happy to see another live. Thanks, bro. You know what? The annoying thing was, right? So I've been on a special mission, a secret mission, right? And I've been away for a few days. And like, I just spent all day doing a Joe Bugner obituary video. Well, not all day, 2 hours, right? And I use my iPhone. Everything is done on the iPhone. Everything is done on the iPhone. Every single thing is done on the iPhone. And I realized there's a glitch with voice memos. And sometimes it messes up. 20 minutes. It was a 40-minute obituary and tribute to Joe Bugner. Yeah? And I lost 20 minutes of audio. And I was furious, bro. Furious. Because I spent a lot of time on it. I cared about it. I'll redo it tomorrow, but, you know, I'm a bit annoyed. I said that Corey's power starts now. You know, like on my thumbnail, yeah, so I put Joe Bugner in there, just peeking between. It's about fat heavyweights. Joe Bugner was not a fat heavyweight. He was super shape. He was a natural Chad, right? Good looking, no homo, blue eyes, blonde hair, broad shoulders. He was big for the time, 16 and a bit stone, 6'4", no PEDs, and he had a huge, really good heavyweight build. But he got fatter later on in his career. He put on like 30 pounds. But and I just wanted to because I'd spent so much time, and I wanted the obituary of my obituary of Joe Bugner to come out. So anyway, the lies start now. The speed, the power, the accuracy. Well, I mean, like I said, I'm out of shape. I haven't hit the pads for over a year. I've only been training in the gym for 4 weeks and no real cardio. And what did you see there? The power. Could you hear that? Clack, clack, clack. It's not my best. I'm not saying that, oh, I'm a world title contender because I whacked the pads hard, but you could hear the power. And my trainer goes, man, you've hurt my hands with your power, right? Son Edwards would never spar you because his head would come off and go through the door. I'm like, I'm modest. I'm like, oh, yeah, well, obviously I know that, but, you know. Oh, thank you, man. Looking good on the pads. By the way, looking sharp. I've got more, and I'll put it into a video. I might release it, but I'm very self-critical. I was going, come on, man, you weren't moving your head enough, you know. Because I was I got gassed quite quickly. My footwork wasn't as good, but the power was there. The speed was there. The accuracy was there. Didn't see a YouTube intro. It's only just alerted me. Well, typical. We all know they shout about me, bro. Disco Day from the four corners of the world to the four corners of the Corey right here. I said the oil drilling starts now. There's no oil drilling with the Triple B. Well, not anymore. Without further ado, Retro, you missed Triple B showing Shades of Ali. Ali! Shades of Ali! Shades of Ali. Ali did not have that power. Did not have that power. I'd say, who's a big right hand? Shades of Riddick, Big Daddy Bo, maybe? But the left hook was sweet too. Yeah, I can probably play it again. Let's see if I can play it again so that people can see. Let's see. I don't know. I've never done this. Let's have a look. Yeah, you see, like I don't like watching it because I know I'm much better than that. But you can see the power. You can hear the power. Ah, Tony Maloney, great to have you here, brother. Any bitch I've seen more dogs than a Vietnamese bank, like millions, trillions. Yeah, man. Only cardio at the moment I get is at work, walking 30k steps, killing me, and smoking. Blood clot. By the way, thank you. Your avatar is great. It's funny because, like, they show me what it is, right? Your avatar appears here to me, but actually, I believe it's here. It appears to you. But I love your avatar. God bless you, brother. Remember, you know, turn to the truth. Turn to the truth. There's only one truth, bro. But yeah, we're lucky it wasn't. It just strictly come dancing back on. Well, now I know what to do with my Saturday evenings. Yeah. Would you fight on Misfits? Yeah, of course, man. But no one would take me. No, they would never take me on, man. I'm thinking of maybe, and you got to get fit. You know, banging the pads and I mean, I didn't even bother when I was an amateur to run or get fit. So, who would I fight? I don't know, man. I reckon I could knock out Tommy Fury. I really do. You know, despite his age, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm overrating myself. I might gas, and he might stop me. That's probably what happened. But if I clock that guy on his little chin, he's going over. Time Roof. I don't like to talk about him because he's a wrong'un. Who would you like me to fight? I wouldn't fight. I don't know. It had to be catch weight as well. Yeah. I'm about 15 stone right now. I'd probably get down to 14 stone. Fire. Thank you, brother. Hey, guys, diversity is shades of Ali. No wonder Amber Michael's gone into hiding. I'd knock him out in... I mean, it's got to be within 30 seconds or a minute. As soon as I tapped him with that right hand. Clack. Yeah, you know? When you hear that shot, man, clack. Clack. That's a KO. Oh, Owen Foster says, you look good, bro. Yeah, I'm very self-critical, so I know I'm much better than that. I'll do a little video. Disco day, looking sharp, ready to oil drill. Well, right now, it wouldn't be oil drilling, would it? Yeah. Philip Geigerchag Ergovich. Proof you can be anyone on the YouTube boxing scene. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to get fit. Fitness is very important because you know what they say, right? If you're not fit and you gas, you lose your form. And it makes a coward of you, you know? It makes a coward of you. The first fight I had, I gassed after half a round. And I thought, how can I make 3 rounds? I'm completely gassed. So I hit the man low so I could get a rest. And then I got like, then I breathed up a bit and I felt better. I think it looked all right, but I can look much better, you know? Go back on the D-ball. No chance of ever touching the D-ball again. Never touching that again. You know, I felt like I was possessed by demons. It was definitely, no way. Wouldn't go near that, man. Boxing classics. I knew Grillan Joe Beat fight live coverage of the eagle-weighted Charlie Edwards bout. Is that today, bro? Is it? Well, I'm not really going to watch. I'd suggest you fight Gay J with a D-ball. Yeah, I'd have to be put in a cage, you know, after I train, so I wouldn't go nuts. Fight Mac Jenkins. Oh, don't be stupid. I'd knock him out in under a minute, man. Come on, man. Have you seen how bad he is on the pads? Come on, man. I'd knock him out. He's probably watching from Thailand. You know, he escaped to Malta because he burnt down his gym because he earned $8,000. He owed $8,000, yeah, and his gym mysteriously burnt down. He fled to Malta, and now he's fled to Thailand. And he'd been trying to diss me on a bogus account. And I said, I know that's you, Max, you mug. And then he shut up. Like a prime Aldanier Solis. Yeah, I mean, that's got to be a compliment, right? You know? I like the overhand right from Riddick, though. Would you fight a cruiserweight or heavyweight? Cruiserweight, I think, probably. A verbal right hand. Pound for pound, base, boxing basement. Pap! 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 Yeah, you look better than someone like KSI. Yeah, I know someone who sparred KSI. They say he's not bad, and I've watched him. I don't think he's bad, but believe me, at catchweight, cruiserweight or heavyweight, I'm knocking him out. I'll knock out John Fury in like a minute. What happened if his Corey had a brick wall? You low blood. I mean, I didn't do it hard. I just talk. I just wanted to turn it off and to be told to keep my punches up. But he was wearing a guard. I wasn't actually, because I don't like them. I took it off before I went in because I don't like wearing a guard. This is a white collar fight, not an amateur fight. Disco Dave using the manager's daughter drinking mug to make tea and thinking of rubbing my Corey on it. So when she comes in the morning and makes a cup, it's like, oh, bro, Disco Dave, come on, man, that's gross, man. Tyson Fury ducked you. No, I wouldn't fight Tyson Fury. Oh, Michael, they're Channel 5 tonight. Oh, okay. What time does it start, bro? 9 or 10? David E. Charlie already done 10 rounds barking around the ring. I mean, no one wants to watch a Charlie Edwards fight. I actually prefer to watch Sonny because, he's got some skills. The what's it called? The fight where he lost, the fight that ruined him, Ban Rodriguez, was an exciting fight. But, unfortunately, his eye got hurt early. But, I'll respect Sonny to the degree. He won a world championship, albeit at 8 stone. Now, I don't know no 8 stone men, I know some 8 stone women, but they're tiny. Max ran away for 80 grand. 80 grand. He owed 80 grand to the bank. That's why he hates me so much, because I exposed him. But he shouldn't have been such a bully. And he tried to bully Emperor Michael. And he tried to bully me. He tried to expose me. I gave him a burner phone, which he passed on to Sonny. And Sonny admitted it. And then he used a fake email. I said, I know it's you, Max. He goes, no, it's not. I go, it is, and you're a bum. If I had him boxed, I'd probably fight at super welter or middleweight. Well, get down the gym, bro. You know what? You've got to get down the gym and train. That's number one. Apparently, KSI punches really hard, or his trainers said he has. I mean, yeah, I told you, I spoke to someone who sparred him, an amateur, and he said, yeah, he can punch. So, I don't look down at KSI, and his skills are pretty good, but you can find me at heavyweight if you want. But I'm not a name. They would never have me on. Maybe they would have me on BKFC or something. Hey guys, what's up? You donate to charity recently for the African immigrants. Remember, diversity is our strength. No, I do give money to homeless people, especially the old ones, and small local charities. 9 p.m. Okay, well I might have a look at it then. Maybe I'll put it on my TV. Remind me, and I'll put it on my TV and I'll watch it in the background. Brother, they tried to chase up my G. Who tried to chase up? What, them pussy holes? Fuck them. You got the body structure that will suit the Eastern European style, keeping it long and short. I was told I've got very long arms. Very long arms. But I don't like, I like to fight like Kovalev. Oh, but Klitschko grabs. I'm not a hugger. I wouldn't hug, man. You should call out Otto for the payday. I'd stop Otto. If I could get fit, I reckon I'd stop Otto. Remember when Tony Soprano's daughter burnt some coal with Jamal Ginsberg? They said it. Yes, that was weird. There was a few red pills in the Sopranos, a few red pills. But yeah. Tony wasn't happy, bro. What's your best strength? Best punch? The right hand, either straight overhand, but or the uppercut. Pop! The uppercut's a beautiful shot. Poundland Channel 5 boxing for show. I remember someone saying the KSI punches harder than Chris Eubank Jr. It's possible. I'm pretty sure he's on the PEDs. But people think, KSI and Jake Paul, they're just YouTubers. At their level, they're really, really quite decent. They're really quite decent, They can punch and they train full time. They're not like they get the best trainers, the best PEDs. I think KSI and Jake Paul are decent fighters. For their level. You know what I'm saying? I think KSI fought amateur. I may be wrong. I think you're wrong. You might be thinking one of the other guys. He may have done, but I haven't heard about it. That's what I'm saying. Bro, it's messed up. So white homeless dude in London, only coloured people getting money. Really? I mean, that's quite. Good on them. To be honest, I've never seen a coloured guy give anyone the money on the streets, but I'm sure that plenty of decent guys there. Of course. Regarding fat heavyweight, Foreman and Witherspoon are like, yeah. I hope you saw the what's it called? Right. Let me see the photo. I'll show you the what's it called? The thumbnail. Right. I know there are ways to do it and show it and all that BS, but I like to do it old school. Favorite fat boxers. So I had Tyson Fury, Tim Witherspoon, one of my favorites. And he wasn't really that fat. He was a bit chubby for the Bruno fight. And apparently they kept on feeding him orange juice. There's a weird story where he goes, they kept on giving me orange juice and orange juice and orange juice again and again because, you know, orange juice is full of sugar and it makes you fat. Tony TNT Tubbs, Tony Galento, Andy Ruiz, obviously. George Foreman, well, he wasn't fat in his first career, but in his second career. Obviously, Butterbean, I had to have. And I put Joe Bugner in there, like peeking his head. Where is it? There. Because he was a bit chubby at the end of his career. And also because out of respect for Joe, and I did his obituary, and I spent so much time on it and then lost it, man. Honky honk, I would destroy you. I have an amateur record of 50 wins with 50 kills and 5 draws. What boxing gyms? Oh, you know, all the big ones. I was having a chat about this with another boxer. He was like, it's crazy how often you hear that same story. You know, a huge KO knockout record and draws in amateur boxing. I go to the gym, but not enough. I'll probably go more regularly. You have to, bro. If you want to box, you have to get fit. That's the most important thing. And that's a big mistake a lot of people make. A bit of IFL, these. Oh yeah, I heard about this BKM feud going on. BKM says IFL spreading rumors about him buying subs. Well, he so obviously did. He went from like 10,000 to about 700,000 in 6 months. That's impossible. But IFL are also accused of the same. But also, I don't really care. They do what they want, but they risk getting banned. My subs are 100% organic, even though I'm shadow banned. I'd be like I looked at the data. I used to be a data analyst, right? And in the first month, I soared up in 4 weeks to 1,000 subs, got monetized. I would get on like lives, they would get 2,500 views, even though it was a new channel. My normal like videos would get about 2,500. Now they've all dropped because I'm shadow banned. So yeah, Witherspoon did a really solid fight, really good. Yeah, and he got robbed. Now he didn't get robbed to get to home, but it was close. Put it that way, you know. But unfortunately, he was missed. He got 90 grand. It's a well-known story. He got 90 grand for fighting Bruno after he was promised something like $1 million or 900 grand after expenses. And Carl King, who was Don King's, I think it was his stepson. In those days, you be, you know, they passed the Ali Act, so you couldn't be a manager and promoter. But so Don King just used his son as the manager, didn't he? Yeah. Yeah, Chitobivi's Otawalin, 10 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. I don't know if I could do 10 rounds. I don't even know if I could bother to get fit enough for 10 rounds. I give him 5 rounds, but I'll knock him out anyway. He's a bum. KSI don't look roided up, but Jake Paul's roided up. KSI does look roided up. Definitely. See, look at the old fighters, including black fighters, right? In the 50s, 40s, all that kind of thing. In the early 60s, you never got those huge muscular guys, right? And then you know, then in modern boxing, and in the 70s, the late 70s, you suddenly get these huge muscular guys like Jack Johnson, Sugar Ray Robinson, Joe Louis. They're in shape, but they didn't have these massive muscles. Worth investing in stocks, shares, or crypto, or waste of time? Well, it would have been crypto if you hit it at the right time, but now's not the time. Shares or stocks, I don't know enough about. Michael dealt with the situation. Well done, brother. Of course, I trust you to deal with him. Did you see on Porky's Corner when Jenkins played a voicemail, John Fury left him, saying he was going to go and rip his head off and shove it up Mick Field's battle? Was quite funny. I can't remember, but that does sound funny, man. KSIV's Logan one was amateur. Okay. Oh, actually, that's a good point. Thank you, Logovich. Geiger Chad. Yeah, they did have one amateur fight. You're right. It wasn't white collar, was it? It was genuine amateur fight. And that's Logan Paul you're talking about. Didn't Logan drop him though? Actually? KSIV's Tommy Fury was a pro fight. Yeah. Oh, loads of official pro fights. Jake Paul's, most of his fights are officially pro fight. KSI's Git. Pastor Dr. Martin Semper needs to go after him. He'll come out sooner or later once Gay J has made it public. After it's Corey. Yeah, never good. But yeah, what's up, bro? Tony Tubbs a decent heavy. I really like Tony Tubbs. He had great, speedy, fast hands. Some of them fat boys had really fast hands, like Andy Ruiz, yeah, Tony Tubbs, Greg Page, because they didn't do. The problem with weights is if you do them wrong and do too much, it'll slow you down. That's why Bruno was slow. Regarding Bugner, apparently his dentist led to him forgetting about many of his fights. Sad way to go. What do you mean his dentist led him to forgetting his fights? What, he had an operation that messed him up? I mean, he fought for 37 years or something, or 32 years. I mean, this go, Dave. Boxing is redweight boxing is a must only in the pros. In the amateurs, right? You fight 3 3s or 3 2s. So what you got to do is sprint for 3 minutes, and then walk for 1 minute and sprint for 3. You got to sprint a lot. But long 45 minutes of road work is pointless for an amateur fight. Is this easy? Yeah, easy motherfucking E. Yeah, unfortunately, Easy E died an early death. I think he was about to expose the industry, you know. Unfortunately, NWA was the first real successful gangster rap, and later on it came out that there was an agenda behind it, and it was deliberate to increase criminality, degeneracy, you know, stuff like that. Oh, yeah, Eddie Hills boxed, the top amateur heavyweight, born into violence, molded in violence, carved in violence. Yeah, Eddie Hills, apparently 4 wins and 3 KOs, but no record of this exists. There are no pictures of it. There are no videos of it, right? There are... Where's your boxing card, Eddie? Show us your amateur boxing card, Eddie. Prove it to us. He's a liar. Why would you lie? I don't know. But, you know, he might have sparred a bit. Didn't he drop Frank Smith? I mean, you know, but he definitely didn't have no 4. If you're a super heavyweight and you have 4 wins and 3 KOs, you're automatically a prospect. Yeah? I don't even know if Gay J had 4 wins and 3 KOs. You know, it's bullshit, man. Oh, dementia. Yeah, sorry, not the dentist. Dementia, sorry. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I guess I don't look too massive, but you never know. It's not always about size, PDs. You can do clenbuterol, like Canelo did. You can do EPO. You can do stuff that improves your stamina. You know, it's not just about steroids and size. You know what I'm saying? Logan Paul dropped KSI, but Paul lost 2 points for hitting him while he was on the floor. Yeah, I thought Paul won that. I remember that. It was the first of it was the first of them kind of YouTube fights, weren't it? Tony Maloney, you checked out Tim Witherspoon's YouTube channel, shall we? No, I didn't realize he had one. Yeah, well, I'll look for it now and subscribe to it. You know, I really like Tim Witherspoon. Also, he still speaks well. He was not punch drunk. You know, unfortunately, a lot of people get left punch drunk. So Tim Witherspoon channel, let's have a look at that. I assume it's called Tim Witherspoon. Yeah. Tim Witherspoon. I did watch the Bruno fight. Tim Witherspoon, cross-arm defense. Da, da, da. Ah, I've already subscribed. He's got 18K subscribers, yeah. Yeah, Terrible Tim. He's got let's see. He last did a video about 11 days ago. Yeah, cool. I have a watch, man. I really liked him. What card do you use? Well, at the moment, nothing. What size hat did Easy E's manager wear? Apparently, it was quite small, which is not really a surprise. It's hard to get KOs in the amateurs. It used to be a lot easier because they used to use pro-style gloves and they didn't have a head guard. But even when they had a head guard, you still get some great KOs. The problem is that they started to change the gloves. So let's say you had 10-ounce gloves. Now, instead of having the padding like this, you had almost all the padding in the front. So you got a huge, the knuckle part, which is, you know, on amateur gloves, it's the knuckle part and it's white, or it used to be white. So that part will be full of padding. So you're effectively hitting with 16-ounce gloves in the sense that the padding is like that of a 16-ounce glove. But you still get some good ones. Never good. Is Canelo Crawford a good fight? It's an interesting fight. I think it'll go to distance. Right? Yeah, I met a dude called Femi from Nigeria. Yeah, and he was real nice. He knew his boxing. I said, you know, that's the same name as Joshua. And he was, yeah, Olawafemi or whatever. And we talked boxing, and he said, I think He said, I think Crawford is going to make Canelo quit. I said, no way, man. Come on, man. Canelo's got a Chad chin. He goes, I'm a big Crawford fan. I said, I can see that because it's taking away your objectivity. It's taking away your objectivity. I said, it will go to distance. Canelo will probably win on points. It might be close. And then they'll have a rematch and everyone gets paid again. I've said this a million times. It happens all the time in big fights. Everyone gets paid again. The promoter, the manager, the fighters, yeah, the venue, the waitresses, the hotels, the brasses. They all get paid again because it's Vegas. Yeah, terrible. Tim Witherspoon's overhand right was vicious. He really brutalized Bruno at the end, didn't he? Yeah. Remember when Deji fought Jake Paul? I can't, to be honest with you. It used to be White Taught played the bit on the glove. Do you think Gage would permit Tyson Fury to inspect AKA Skins' Corey? Well, I mean, technically, under law, Tyson Fury is the regal Corey inspector. So yeah, he can inspect any Corey when he wants. So it's not up to Gage. If Tyson Fury turns up and AKA Skins is there, he better get his Corey out because Shane will be there too with the measuring equipment. Remember, just to remember, you can Bitcoin, Litecoin, Super Check, or buy me a coffee. I hope Crawford batters Canelo. Why is that? Why? Because you think he's a cheat? I mean, the thing is, Crawford is a bit overrated. He's had 5 fights in 5 years, and if you look at it, like, you know, he's won all his fights clearly, but let me look at his record, right? If you look, it's not that great a record. You know, he beat, what's his face? Errol Spence when he was coming off a serious car injury, right? Ricky Burns, a very tough guy, but, you know, Ricky Burns, one of the best Scottish boxers for sure, but Ricky Burns, what's his name? Terence Crawford, that's it. Ricky Burns, I mean, went the distance with him. Amir Khan looked to quit. Madrimov was very close. Avanesian, good fighter, but not really that level. Sean Porter was shot. Kell Brook, shot. See? Jeff Horn, never that good. Victor Postol, won on points. Decent win, but points. So you go through his record, and he's suddenly like, hang on, mate. Is Crawford that good? And he's only had 5 fights, like I said, in 5 years. So, for me, Canelo will win. For all of Canelo's shady career, he has a very good chin. Takes him on. Yeah, he has a super chin. He's also got a good defense, and he's very careful. Especially later on in his career, he does not like take risks, does he? Because he knows if he goes the distance, there's a good chance the victory will go to him. It didn't with Bivol because he got totally outboxed. So, but I don't think, you know, Crawford's a very different fight from Bivol. Bivol's a big light heavyweight with one of the a pound for pound light heavyweight with one of the best jabs and boxing styles. Whereas Crawford is coming up from, what is he coming up from? Welter, or is he coming up from, I forget now. He's moved up, right? Super welter. Okay. Iron Fist. I hope Alvarez batters Crawfish. So do I, because Crawfish doesn't seem a bad guy. He's quite base. He's got a big gun collection, but like I don't, you know, that America. He's not too ghetto and that. You know, he's with his wife since they were kids. So I do like Crawford, but you know, Alvarez is naturally bigger, especially now. You know. He's definitely the guy that they want to win. By that I mean the promoters and all that. Yeah, it'll be fixed for sure. I mean, yeah, I think Canelo on points, and we're certain it'll go distance. Let me have a look at the odds for going the distance, or what's his face. I think Canelo on points, right? But whatever happens, they might give it to Crawford because then there'll be a big hoo-ha and there'll be a big rematch. Like I said, everyone get paid again. In fact, they get paid even better the second time. All right, so we've got, is the Channel 5 on? Okay, shall I put it on in the background or not bother? I don't know if I can be bothered. What fights are there? Michael Collin vs Jack Battison. Battyman. Vs Jack Battyman is vaguely interesting. I hope they batter each other, says Ergovich. Boxing uncentered. Fans need to get behind the white rhino. Come back from a crippling addiction to lion bars to now taking on a solid heavyweight contender in Makhmudov. Yeah, I put my money on Makhmudov to win early. The odds haven't changed that much. He's looking a bit fat, Dave Allen. Apparently he doesn't drink. At least that's what his promoter said. The boxing on Channel 5 is about to start. Okay, I might have a little look at it. Channel 5. I think I've got the app. I haven't even bothered. Oh, hang on. Live TV, boxing main event, Conlan. All right, I'll put it on. I've got it on. But, you know, like, I thought Jack Bateson would do much better, you know, to be honest with you. I don't know, he'd look really good as an amateur, but he's flattered to deceive. I only see Canelo when he's too big for Crawford. He's had more recent fights. That's how I see it. But I can see it being close because Canelo doesn't take risks, you see. Yep. Man's got Tourette's, repeating himself. No, I'm joking. Is it me who finds suspicious how Crawford's gloves burst and nothing came out? Yeah, against Avanesyan. Margarito's career and reputation was ruined. I smell double standards, of course, because Margarito was not one of the favourites. They always look after the favourites. Like Roy Jones failed a test, and he's obviously on PDs, and nothing happened. No one cares about it. He got 6 months suspension. So did Canelo. He only got 6 months, and they just carried on, and everyone forgets about it. Muhammad Ali failed the drug test, but for diuretics, weirdly. Tim Witherspoon failed the drug test for marijuana. Yeah, Greg Hagan failed the drug test for marijuana. Can you imagine that? They used to test for marijuana, but not steroids. Crazy. Iron Fist. Crawford's a weight bully. Yeah, but he does seem to have put on the weight well. Oh, yeah, the Mike Tyson was gay with it. It's an exhibition. I can't bother. Tyson, I mean, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about real boxing. One of the things that it's an exhibition. Oh, no, Steve Bunce is on Channel 5. He's such a bellend. I tell you, I'd like to fight in Misfits. Steve Bunce. I'll knock him out in 10 seconds. Crawford's resume is impressive on paper, but surprisingly fishy on the surface. It is. I don't even think it's that impressive on paper. Canelo was lucky he fought Bivol instead of Beterbiev. Beterbiev would have battered him from pillow to post, in my opinion. From pillar, not pillow, but that's probably just a typo. I'm not dissing you, brother. Yeah, from pillar to post. Yeah, I don't think they would have put him in against Beterbiev. And they just, I mean, I remember seeing that fight going, surely Bivol was going to win, but I thought they'd rob him. You know? Bivol vs Canelo rematch should be at super middle. There's no way Bivol can get down to super middle at his age, surely. It'll be like Donnie Lalonde vs Sugar Ray Leonard when he had to lose so much weight, it weakened him. Since Zordo is ducking Opetaya, I don't know why he's not looking to fight Badu Jack. Be an easy win, pick up another belt. I agree, and I said that. You know, I think Badu Jack's holding out for Jake Paul because Jake Paul is not going to fight Opetaya or Ramirez, is he? But he might even have a chance. Well, no, whether you have a chance in a real fight against Badu Jack is one thing. However, like they could easily buy Badu Jack. What is he, like 42? And you know, they've said it's 10 mil against Jake Paul, but you know what you got to do, brother. You'd be like, yeah, I know. I don't try, and he wins on points. Iron Fist. I expect Crawford not be a thug, but his career is shady in terms of potentially fixed fights. Yeah, which one do you think is the most fixed then, do you think? Will Gay Weather fans be loyal to the clown show match? Has he got any fans, Gay Weather? I mean, surely people are bored of him by now anyway. All Pataya to go to heavy? He said this before for the money. Well, yeah, but I just saw a recent interview and he said he's going to fight Hussein Shinkara, who's like from Egypt or something, who he's going to kill. Well, not literally, I hope, but he'll definitely destroy him. And then he wants to fight Zurdo, but Zurdo won't fight him, and Oscar De La Hoya won't let Zurdo fight him. So he'll have to move up to heavyweight. But I'd like to see Opetaya have 2, maybe 3 fights, you know, decent, like kind of borderline world level, like Chisora, people like that, and get used to the weight, and then boom, fight a big name. Yeah, you know, and I believe in Opetaya. And the only thing that Opetaya that worried me once was he got hurt by Who's that guy? That really tall guy. He's not that big as a heavyweight Opetaya. That really tall guy. What's his name? Another Aussie or New Zealander who's half Nigerian. And he hurt him. He didn't make his legs go whoop. But the guy was a massive puncher. What's his name, man? I've got to find out, man. I can't believe my memory is so bad. I can't remember this. But he recovered so quickly. Even though his legs went a bit, he just carried on. So that just tells me what? Well, we know he's got heart. We know Opetaya's got heart. So that's not a worry. But he's obviously got that recovery. Like, you know, they used to say guys like, who is it? Like Tyson Fury's got great recovery. Larry Holmes, although he got knocked out by who was it? A guy showed me recently, two white guys, Dwayne Bobbick and I think it's Dave Wells. He got battered. So Opetaya, the one I was talking about is David Nika. That's it. Yeah, David Nika. But he battered him. Anybody want to give a super check? Come on. Can someone check? Maybe they're not allowing me. Byro Bunce is on. Yeah, Byro Bunce, man. I mean, he's the greatest fighter ever. Oh, he's amazing. Isn't he? Joe Bugner. Let me tell you this for nothing. Joe Bugner would be one of the. Oh, he's such a mug. Jaron Boots Ennis. He's another fight I don't care that much about. Sparred Canelo. Some black box fans call it Ennis. Boots a race traitor? The reason I'm with Canelo is see those fans suffer. Oh, what they call them? The Lions Den Boxing Club, them people. Why would you hate on Boots Ennis for getting great experience as a sparring partner? That's just mad, man. Make sure you bring a Byro to punish Bunce and KO. Roy Jones and Ali, two of the most popular American fighters, failed tests, but their reputations are in fact. Ali wasn't a real problem. That was diuretic, right? So that would have probably weakened him. But Roy Jones is just ridiculous. Yeah, those are who I'm talking about. Yeah, F them. They're such biased idiots, man. Jake Paul can make light heavy. Possibly, I think he could have done, but I don't know about now. I think we have the legend. Do I smell the legend? Do I smell the legend? Thoughts on Ty Mitchell v. Sean Hemphill? Can Ty Mitchell, didn't he kill someone? Didn't he kill someone outside the ring? Can Ty Mitchell have a successful career? No. My man. Yes, it is the legend, the one, the only Shane Bongos. Kirsty will visit tomorrow. 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks we get drunk. What are you going to do? She's going to make you food. Are you going to get your... Yeah? Are you going to get your smoke on? Are you going to take care of business? So she's visiting tomorrow. Well, get her to come on, bro. I mean, you know, just comment. You know, she can come on the channel. I haven't had any people on the channel for a bit. I'm in talks with a couple of big names, but also people have been lying to me. Someone said, I really know Terry Marsh. I spoke to Terry. He goes, I've never heard of this guy in my life. So, but I'm now speaking to Terry Marsh, so we'll see. And Tommy Morrison's wife as well. Let's see what I missed here. I just don't like the Canelo logo on his shorts. Yeah, it's very clearly a certain secret society, isn't it? Very clearly. Yeah, I mean, I used to really like Canelo. I never thought, I wasn't even sure he'd win a world title, let alone be as big as he is. But, you know, if you've got people behind you, then you're going to do great. So what's happening now in the fights? Oh, they've got some really ugly guy. What's he advertising? Look how ugly this guy is. I wonder what he's advertising. Look how ugly this guy is. No, I don't even want to look at it, man. It's so pathetic. Bud seems a nice guy. He does seem decent. But it's often, yeah, I mean, he stayed with his woman from way back in the day. So I give him that, you know. Canelo, I just think, is a very serious guy. He's got that Mexican poker face. Opetaya should be undisputed cruiserweight, really. Yeah, he beats all of them. Yeah, the problem with Opetaya for him, and I respect him for this, is he's not a boaster. He doesn't get on social media. He doesn't do any fruity dances. He doesn't do any stupidity. Even when he's interviewed, he goes, and he's always swearing in interviews. And he always say, if you look at TalkSport interview, it's about 5 minutes. They have to say, watch the language, Jai. And he doesn't care. He just carries on. And you know, he's like, I don't even like these interviews. I just want to fight. and you know, apart from his skills, that's why I respect him. I also like Samoan fighters. So yeah, I mean, everyone knows he's the number one boy. He would batter Ramirez. Zurdo Ramirez, absolutely batter. I mean, there's not even any point speaking about the other one, Badu Jack, the alleged Swede who got knocked out in a round by someone, I can't remember. Yeah, I mean, forget about it, man. It's I'm broke, so don't worry, bro. It's fine. You're here as a fun. Just make sure you hit the likes. Hit the likes, because if you've got no money, then you hit the likes. Hit the likes. Yeah, well, I mean, the whole race stretch on is just a joke anyway. I thought, you know, I was hoping that, I mean, they love pushing the race angle, and it's another like divide and conquer tactic, and a lot more than that. Kirsty, you all drinking? I don't think Kirsty is an oil well. Tyson Fury beat down Wilder in the second bout, caused one of the most tragic meltdowns ever in the community. I never used to watch them, but I remember there's a video I had on my channel, right? And there was this guy, he was mixed race, right? Really light, like eggshell color, like eggshell. He went out and go, that was racist, that fight was racist. And everyone's laughing at him, going, mate, your man got beaten up. She's as white as snow. Sweet. That's how I like it, you know. White girls with blue eyes. Ooh, ooh, ooh. They make my heart go bitty, 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 bum, 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 bum. What? Blue eyes. Ooh. Yeah, they make me melt. Tommy Morrison would have probably knocked out Wilder. I mean, it'd be a good fight, either of one. I mean, like I said, when you talk about these things, you've got to talk about if they fought 10 times, how many would one win, how many would another win? Because it's like people go, oh, people would go, oh, Leon Spinks would never beat Muhammad Ali, but he did. He did. You know, it depends on whether he, you know, whether you've actually trained properly. Some people say, oh, Ali did train, and also he kind of thought, well, actually, if you do lose, I can come back and beat him and say I'm whatever 3-time champion. I don't know. So Tommy vs Wilder would have been a pretty awesome fight, and I have to be honest with you, I think it'd be kind of 50-50. They'd win about 5 each by brutal KOs, probably. Isn't Southpaw TV one of those LDBC? I don't really watch any of the other channels really anymore. Didn't Crawford recently cheat on his wife and another woman pregnant? Did he? If you're minting your wife look like that, it'd be hard enough to get tempted by other women, to be fair. The fat woman, oh, they've got some fight on, but I don't recognize either of the fighters, so I'm not gonna, like, you know, talk about it. There's nothing really on that bill, to be honest. Is it in Ireland, the bill? Is it in Ireland? Philip Geigerchad Ergovich says, Shane, do pom-pom feel different woman to woman? Bro, if you were really Geigerchad Ergovich, you'd know, because he smashed every question pom-pom there is to smash in the Geiger pad. He takes him up to the tower, takes care of business, and goes, Philip finished. Next pom-pom for Philip. Philip want all pom-pom. Looking back at Wilder's career in retrospect, interesting to see how he seemed to have good punch technique in the gym and training, yet in the ring his technique went out the window. Weird guy. I'm so pleased you said that, because I said that before the fight. I said, when he looks on the pads, he can throw decent shots, you know, good combinations. But when he went in the ring, he just threw that wild overhand right every time. And he still won a bronze in the Olympics. But yeah, it's weird. Okay, Tyson Fury himself said, I think he is possessed by demons when he goes in the ring, because he did say, didn't he? When I go in the ring, I turn to the bronze bomber, and I want a body. I want a body on my record. And Tyson Fury, you remember, he said, this is where you lose me. He goes, I will not lose to you because I got faith in Jesus Christ. And you're talking about being possessed. You can't win. And he was right. The railway boxing. I think Crawford should have had a fight middleweight from way up to super middle, probably weigh 165 that weight, probably weighing around 175 on fight night, possibly, but I think they know how to do the weight and the PDs. So they've got someone called Mark Speevies, Kelly. I don't know either of them, so I'm not going to look. But nah, man, he's 38. He's got to take, look, I don't know how much he's getting for Canelo, but he's got to be 30 to 50 million, right? Surely. So he's got to take that. There's no time at 38 to take any risks, man. The LDBC caught when Inoue knocked out Fulton Oscar. Yeah, it's a bit tragic to be that biased. Like Terry You know, Terry. So he don't like no white fighters at all. And that's his prerogative. He's allowed to. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going to call him racist. He can like who he wants. He's got every, so can the LDBC. But it's a bit tragic to pretend to be a boxing expert and just be so biased. Terry said that Dan Aziz would beat Baturpi. There's a few other ones he called. He went nuts and he was half drunk. After Daniel Dubum, he said Daniel Dubum would beat Usyk second time. After Dubum got absolutely battered, he's on. I think he's on Porky's show, screaming down the phone. He couldn't even talk straight, man. And if you're that emotional, how intelligent can you be? He talks very intelligently, but how bright can you really be? He's never boxed anyway, has he? Where's Terry boxed? I don't think so. Seam Foot was abandoned by them when he lost. And that shows, a lack of loyalty, doesn't it? It's not his fault. He got beaten up. So what? They came back when he outboxed Brandon and Figueroa. I don't even follow these pathetic channels. It's just a joke. Remember when Terry said that Coley could beat Usyk? They said, Terry's just so biased. How can he take a man like that seriously? Isn't he a supposed boxing trainer? How can he be a boxing trainer and know so little about boxing? Or be so biased. But Terry will get beat by Dan Aziz. Coley will beat Usyk. Daniel Dubum will knock out Usyk. And Ellie Scotney's really good. I mean, come on, man. He's obviously trying to rail Ellie Scotney and she weren't interested. I did live stream on Lewis Crockery's Paddy Donovan 2 next Saturday. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I like Paddy. And he clearly won that fight. It's a bit nuts that it's a rematch for the world title, but, that's good. It's nice to have an Irish world champion. I mean, Paddy really took him to pieces. I don't see what Crocker can do better. Maloney, honestly, Chubby, I don't care about Crawford Canelo fight. I don't care that much about it either, funnily enough. Why? I actually care more about Dave Allen vs. Aslanbek Makhmudov. Why? Well, it's obvious. Because Canelo Crawford will be a very safety-first fight. It will go the distance. It'll probably be close-ish. There will be a decision, and then there'll be a rematch. It's so predictable. If I'm wrong, I'm very surprised, right? Whereas Aslanbek Makhmudov and Dave Allen are not even probably world-class. Well, they will know. I mean, they did, Makhmudov has come off a couple of losses against, good opponents. Or, certainly Caballero's very good. Dave Allen beat Fisher. But, there may be top 20 fighters. But, you're getting violence. You're getting heavyweights. There's no tip-tap with those two guys. But for me, Makhmudov wins on KO. What's Terry's last name? It's Chapman something. Chapman Dharma or something. I don't know. Steffi Bull got 10 years in prison. Yeah, for coke. Everyone knew about it. People were discussing it on forums and stuff. But anyway, I don't know much about Steffi Bull, but he was terrible. He denied it was him, and then they found it was they could link it to his flat. Then he blamed the other boxers for it. He kept on making excuses, and then he turned guilty at the last minute. I mean, and then he blamed COVID, the lockdowns, COVID. I mean, come on, man. Also, he did that dance when he's wearing a woman's thong and twerking in a pub. So I've got no support for him. Sorry, bro. Have we talked to any migrants? Is it possible to live in the UK and not talk to any migrants? Come on, man. Terrell said that Joseph Parker wasn't good enough to win a British title after he'd already won a world title. Are you serious? Well, there you go, man. You can't take anyone like that seriously. Yeah. Johnny Conway, what's up, my bro? I think 2025 has been one of the worst. Certainly the last few months has been terrible. Terrible. I mean, and what have you got to look forward to? I said this on the last live. What have you got to look forward to? Canelo Crawford? Well, as Michael said, Maloney, I'm not interested. And like I said, it's going the distance. It's going to be boring. Makhmudov, Dave Allen is the one fight that's lined up that I care about. And what, in 5 months? Oh, I'd quite like to see, Michael, I rate Paddy Donovan. So do I at his level. We'll see whether he turns out to be a real world-class boxer, but he's got nice southpaw moves. He does that good thing where he'll be like, top. He'll hit with some little shots like that and then crack you with a big one. Hatton used to be quite good at that. Yeah, Triple B Conway said 2025 been one of the worst years of boxing so far. I agree. I'd have to think about it, but I can't, because you got to remember what fights have been. Can people name fights? Any good fights this year? Turkey say boxing. Well, did he? Did he? Ooh, upset on Channel 5. Oh, right, okay, I'm watching. So, okay, I don't know. I can't put the volume on because I'll probably get a strike. So the guy in green, the pale guy, who's he? Pale guy with tattoos who looks like Carl Frampton. So Ben Marksby. Okay, let's look. So Ben Marksby. So what, is he the prospect, Ben Marksby? Blap! Ooh, a couple of big shots on the chin. Blap! Another one. I mean, I don't know either of these guys. I don't know why I'm watching this. What's your best punch? I told you already. Boom. Boom. Right hand. It can be over. It can be straight. We never got undisputed without Turkey. Yeah, well, Can people name me some good fights this year? Some good fights this year. Or ones they really enjoyed. What are your thoughts on the Lewis Crocker, Paddy Donovan 2 undercard? Now, if I remember, is Cayman Ayako vs some other guy who got beaten up. Who got beaten by... Okay, I'll have a look. From my memory, he's fighting a guy whose name I can't remember, who got beaten by Josh Kelly and then stopped by a Ukrainian. Okay, so Cayman, I don't know if I pronounced it right. I'm not Irish. Cayman Ayako, who calls himself Black Thunder. So he's a mixed race Irishman. So he's unbeaten. He's fighting Ishmael Davis. That's it. Yeah, Ishmael Davis is quite decent. That's not a bad fight, but I don't expect either of these guys to go to world class, right? Ishmael Davis has already tried. He got beaten on points by Josh Kelly, and then he got beaten up by Serhii Bohachuk. No embarrassment in that. Bohachuk is, a really good puncher. Agyarko is unbeaten. I think the favorite in this fight is Davis, but I'm not that bothered. Who else is on the undercard? Let's have a butchers. Tyrone McKenna. I mean, it's in. Oh, it's got Molly McCann, the meatball. Isn't she an MMA fighter? Molly McCann is some bum. Well, Pat Brown. I like Pat Brown. Pat Brown's on the. So I'm happy to see Pat Brown. He's fighting a guy who's 12-5. No problem with that at his stage. Pat Brown, yeah, I like him a lot. He's exciting. He can punch. He's got that Manchester, England support. I mean, so I'm not overly thrilled, but Crocker Donovan as a rematch is good. Hardest punch you've taken. Most painful was a body punch. Molly McCann, aka the meatball. She retired from MMA recently. I mean, no one cares. I mean, she's obviously got to her limit. She got as good as she could. I mean, the thing is about UFC, the women are actually much better than the men. No, I'm joking, but like the women are not that bad because there's only three weight divisions in the UFC, right? So there's only 3 weight divisions and 3 champions. So you're going to get a lot more quality. Whereas in boxing, you've got 17 weight divisions and 4 champions in each. So what's that, 68 champions or something? Possibly. That's why they're so rubbish. But UFC, I still don't like watching it, but, and also like with UFC, the women, because things like jiu-jitsu and techniques and women have got quite strong legs, don't they? Some of them, especially the chunky ones. So they're quite good at they're better at the ground game, and people like Holly Holm and people that have knocked people out with kicks. So it's actually UFC women is actually a lot better than boxing women. Michael only rates Pat Brown, so do I. He does get hit a bit too much, but it's early, He's got some good trainers, so yeah. How do you think Molly McCann will do in boxing? Well, women's boxing is so whack, she might do well. What happened to Time Move? I've got no idea. I don't follow that Brazil nut 75 IQ headed nonce and grass. So that's all I've got to say about him, man. Great point, Filipino with Wilder. They just dumped over him like none others. What, the LDBC thing? I don't want to talk about them. Oh, you meant Philip. Yeah, you meant Philip. Fine. Owen Foster. They're pathetic, fake boxing fans. They're fans of Errol Spencer, called Crawford, top rank Toby. Now they switch. Oh, well, it's Toby like an insult, isn't it? It's like insult, like you're a coconut. Is that what it is? Yeah. Your name's Toby. Yeah, I mean, imagine being that obsessed with just one thing in life as to be so biased. It's boring. Which Terry predicted the Triple Dv's Usyk fight? You've asked me this about 3 times. Terry, I think it's Chapin Dharma or something. Chapin Dame or something like that. Yeah, it's all good. They did it with Haney as well. What's happened to Haney? Haney, what a bum he is. And again, another boring fighter. He will never recover from the Ryan Garcia beating. You know, never ever. Right, it's almost an hour. We've had some love from my mans. Obviously, always here. My main Shane Mangos. Mangos will be here tomorrow with Kirsty. Or Christy, sorry. No, it is Kirsty. Sorry. Kirsty will be there making a sandwich for the legend Shane Mangos. And probably, you know, looking to get taken care of business. So, Colin Brazil, you're a funny guy, Johnny. Johnny, what do you mean I'm funny, man? Well, I mean, what, the way I talk? What's so funny about me, man? What, like, you know what? Let me. Maybe it's me. I'm a little fucked up, maybe. But what? I'm like a clown. I'm here to amuse you. I'm here to make you laugh. What the fuck is so funny about Triple B? Huh? If you get the reference, you get the reference. What are your thoughts on Canelo's crawfish undercard? Well, I'll have to have a look. I bet it's whack. Let's have a look. I bet it's whack because they're spending all the money on crawfish. And yeah, what's happened to Turkey? It seems to have disappeared, man. What's happened to all the big events, man? So the undercard is thus: Christian Mbili, don't care about. Serhij Bohachuk vs Brandon Adams, decent fight. Callum Walsh, Irish prospect, I like him. Walsh. Callum Walsh vs Fernando Vargas. That must be Fernando Vargas Jr., right? That's one of the sons of Fernando Vargas Sr., who I used to really like. He used to wear these little blonde things in his head. Ivan Ditchko vs Jermaine Franklin. Yeah, like Ivan Ditchko seems to have been wasted. He won a bronze medal in the 2012 Olympics, and he hasn't fought anybody. He's fighting Jermaine Franklin now. It's even. Ivan Ditcho's got 15 wins, 14 KOs, and he's 6'9", but he's 35. Why did they wait for so long? I mean, it's just insane. He's had 16 bouts since 2017. It's just insane to me. And he's never fought anyone like decent until Jermaine Franklin. So that's it. Yeah, I don't mind that undercard. I have to be honest with you. I don't mind it. I don't care about Christian Mbili. Like Bohachuk, Adams, Walsh, Vargas, Dishko, Franklin. I all like those fights. Yeah. Never good. Oh, yeah. Usyk Duban was decent. Knockout was great. That was a super fight. I would talk about what good fights were there, right? What good fights there were there. But Alanga vs Shiraz was a good fight. Nah, because it was a decent fight. You know what? It wasn't a decent fight. What am I talking about? I was thinking about Adama Shiraz for some reason. But that was last year, right? Wasn't it? But Alanga vs Shiraz performed very well. But Belanga was proved to be a bum. Don't you think Dubum Gage makes sense? Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I think Dubum's found his level. But yeah, I never get said, yeah, Usyk vs Dubois was decent. The knockout was great. I really enjoyed that because especially when you got, it's Dubois' time now. He'll be too big for Usyk now. He's matured. And Usyk, and remember Don Charles. I'm very, very angry. That Usyk says he's a Christian, but he clearly cheated against my biological son, Daniel Duban. Okay? So are you really a Christian, Usyk? You know, and he was going on about, I built Daniel Duban, my biological son. I'm quoting Tony Lapidus there, the comedian. Check him out, yeah? But, that I did enjoy. I'll give you that. Everything is funny the way you sound when you insult people. Please say, yeah, fucking pussy, old bro. Road man blood, innit? Yeah, I'm from the road, fam. Turkey's going bored of taking some. I do huge dirt on Daniel Dubois. I do big dirt on Gage. I do big dirt on everybody. He's going bored of taking dumps on Warren and Eddie Hearn. He's moving on to big dirt on Dana White. Yeah, let's see what happens there, man. What's happened to Ben Shalom? Ah, okay. Yeah, I thought I did a video. I'm not sure. So he's I'll go back to I'll keep the channel 5 open. I don't know why, because it's whack. You know, even like the most interesting fight on it is Conlan vs Battison, which will probably be a skillful fight, but yeah. So what happened to Ben Shalom? Well, he's gone to BBC. He's gone to the BBC. Originally, they said he was going to be on iPlayer. Now they've said some of his stuff will be on the mainstream BBC. So I've got no problem with that, and they will get good views. But I wonder who his pal is who got him that deal. Because who's he got now? Who's he got now? Eubank Jr.'s with him, right? But that's not going to be on BBC. Who else has he got? Fraser Clark, Ben Whittaker. I mean, there's not a lot there, right? Female boxing. Come on, man. That's probably why the BBC won it, because it's full of whack female boxing. What the big question is, what's happened to Sky? Hilariously, I did a video on it. Sky were voted 2024 best boxing broadcast. I mean, apart from that, that's so ridiculous because all they had was Shalom, and I think maybe they might have shown a couple of other foreign fights. Imagine that, the best British broadcast. Not British, just the best broadcaster. Best boxing broadcaster was obviously DAZN by far. I'm not backing DAZN, I'm not hugging them, but Sky were terrible. And now they've lost their only promoter. So what's going to happen? When they've got loads of staff, I think P45s are coming in the breeze. Shalom's tried to disown him. You can't fail her with the help they give him. Well, he's been given the BBC. Usyk, Ivan punch over Dubois was the most satisfying knockout of 2025. That's right. Yeah. Revenge for the fake narratives and lies. Team Dubumple. I like Dubois. He seems quite naive, quite innocent. Yeah, he's a bit low IQ, but he's gentle. He's not a nasty piece of work, is he? But Don Charles was full of shit. And he got pushed into saying certain things by his management and by the promoter. But Dubois himself, like I said, he's got a lot of money now. I heard he got 70 million for Usyk, which I can't believe. I cannot believe he got 70 million for Usyk. If he did, he needs to go back to Grenada, retire, open a bar, just sit there with a stupid grin on his face, eating mangoes and having mango cocktails at night. Because, he can't afford to lose any more IQ, can he? His IQ must be about 55. If he stays in boxing, before you know it, he's 45, and he won't know how to use the toilet properly. He'll be shitting himself in bed, stuff like that. Oh, my boy Cyborg Boxing. Me Aussie fans are here. Regards from Melbourne, Australia, 6:30 a.m. Great, it's up at 6:30, bro, on Saturday morning. Nice one, man. Never good. 2022, 2023, 2024, good years in boxing. Those years were so good it made 2025 seem mediocre. And it's not going to get any better, unfortunately, unless you want to watch Mike Tyson Floyd Mayweather exhibition. Come on, man. Well, like I said, the fight I'm most looking for is Dave Allen vs. Arslanbek Mahmudov. And the weird thing about Mahmudov is this. Go look at his Insta. He's genuinely quite a gentle guy. He's really nice to his family, his daughters and that. He likes animals. He likes nature. I'm really warmed to him, man. Because I didn't know nothing about him. Apart from the fact he looked like some giant Bigfoot Nephilim type ginger thing. But it turns out he's got a very gentle character. Now the dubious hype has reached ground zero. All the fans have jumped on Itama. Like I said before, a reactionary fan. Well, that's a casual fan. But I mean, Itama, to be frank, before Itama turned pro, I did flag him up with a video. And I said, this guy's going to be good. So, Johnny Conway, thank you, brother, with the $4.99. God bless you. Thank you. That's very generous. Thank you very much. All who don't know, you can Super Shekel, you can BTC, Litecoin, buy me a coffee. Thank you so much, guys. Much appreciated. Favorite film should be Goodfellas. Oh, right, because I quoted it. Yeah. Funny how when like I'm fucking here to amuse you. What? What's so fucking funny about me? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Yeah, it is a super film. Is it my favorite film? I don't know. It's certainly one of them, and it changes. You know, I like it when who's the guy? Maurice Wiggs tested against hurricane wind, and then you know, he wants his money because he reckons he set up some deal, and then Jimmy Conway. Oh, you're Johnny Conway, but Jimmy Conway comes in with Ray Liotta, and he's like, "Come on, man, come on, give him his money." He goes, fuck him in the other, fuck him in the other." And he goes, "What? You gonna fuck with Jimmy Conway?" And he comes up and he puts he wraps the telephone cord around his head, and his wig comes off, and he can't help laughing. He goes, "Give him money, give him fucking money, give him fucking money." Yeah, good film, super film. I don't know. Yeah, we could talk about other things other than boxing. What other films that people like? I quite like Scarface, but I don't like I think it's a bit cringe. To say hello to my little friend that everyone quotes. I think it's a bit of a cliche. But Dubon was raised without going to school. Really, his father isolated him, training full time. That's why he seems antisocial. And he's not antisocial. He's just not very high IQ. And I think people say he's autistic. Well, I mean, he's not used to like talking to crowds and stuff, probably. But you know, I don't dislike him. Tony Maloney, Don Charles made an absolute fool of himself trying to defend Dubon. They still sacked him off. I have no sympathy for Don Charles, nor do I. He's a fraud as well. He's another one of the guys who said, "Oh, I had 13 amateur fights. I can only find one against Harry Senior, which he lost." But you know, AJ's a fraud. What up, bro? Boxing on Channel 5. Yeah, I've got it on here, but it doesn't particularly interest me. Main fight: Conlan vs Jack Bates and my boy Luke Dyson and stuff. Yeah, when people said Luke Dyson, I thought they were like making fun of you know, Luke Partridge or Dyson Fury. It was a dig at him and Dyson because he's sniffs so much. But yeah, there's a guy called Luke Dyson who's had loads of unlicensed fights, and he made a bit of a name for himself. I don't know what that's about, man. I don't know what that's about. What else we got here? I can't believe the Canelo fight against Bud Crawford is on Netflix. Is it? I don't have Netflix, so I won't be watching that. And I'm not staying up to watch that boring fight anyway. It's going to go the distance. It's going to be boring. There'll be a decision, and then there'll be a rematch. That's what I've got to say about that, homeboy. I like crossover movies like Freddy vs. Jason. Nah, man, come on, man. What, you watch horror films? They're deliberately done to scare kids, make them frightened, because that's how the state controls you, through fear. I'm not even joking. I was 10 when I first watched an 18 horror film, and it terrified me. You know. Leigh Taylor. Crawford was saying him contemplate fighting Darren Till. Hedges on him damaging his nose job. He's strangely insecure considering his past profession. Yeah, and he keeps on telling you how bad Darren Till is. Darren Till, I'm not saying he's world class, but for an MMA fighter who's moved into boxing is pretty decent. There's Froch hitting the bag, and Froch has always stayed in shape because he's narcissistic, and still looks pretty decent for, what is he, 48? I mean, you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't really care. I want real boxing matches, right? I watch some of the Misfit stuffs out of interest. You know, it was quite funny watching Darren Till fold Luke Rockhold, to be honest with you. News from Schultz. She be messaging you again. Who's Schultz? Another one that don't buy from their shops. Pathetic, racist, gay J. Pathetic. Oh, Shields, you mean? Nah, of course not. She blocked me, blood. She blocked me after I exposed her. You know? Big, greedy, fried chicken eating fat ass slag. Bad boy Ranald. Triple D don't know what day it is. He's got Sam Jones to help him with his shoelaces. Big up, Chubby. Thank you for the big up, bro. Yeah, I will say this about Sam Jones. I used not to like him, but he absolutely rinsed Frank Warren. You remember? When he had Joe Joyce. He had Joe Joyce vs. Dubon. And he was going, your boy hasn't beaten anything. And Warren's like, yeah, fish eyes. Yeah. He's beaten, who did he come out with? That guy who goes the distance every time. He goes, really, Frank? Really? And, yeah. No Country for Old Men is a good movie. I think I might have seen it when I was drunk because I can't remember, you know, really watching it. I quite like Carlitos Way, the Limey. Casino's good, but it's depressing. There's not a single character that has any redeeming features. They're all scumbags. Yeah, Frotch, someone who talks a lot, never take it back. Yeah. I told you, like, he used to cry and refuse to spar and camp. And I got to give him credit for a guy who suffered so badly from nerves. He did really well and was very tough. But he can talk all he wants. But, you know, like you said, he cannot take it back. He gets all upset. And he still thinks it's funny to talk about 80,000 people. I mean, that was actually a classic moment. At the time, I was cringe, but I think thinking back, I thought actually that was pretty funny. Because Mayweather's like, "What is this guy going on?" Like, did you work on your power? Like when I knocked out Groves in front of 80,000 people at Wembley, and it was quite funny. But he can't stop. That's his only joke. Taxi Driver, man. I watched it the first time ever, only a couple of years ago. I thought it was good. It's very creepy though. Because isn't it got the underage, what's her name, Jodie Foster and stuff in it? Yeah, it's very creepy. Do you know the guy who Paulie for Goodfellas based on was convicted nonce? I didn't really. Paul Castellano. There's the other thing. There's a lot of interesting things about Goodfellas. There's a guy called Fat Andy in it, or Fat something. And you know when they do the long thing when they go into the restaurant, there's Mickey Two Eyes, there was David Diamante 2 times. We got that name because they did everything twice, like Carl Frotch. But I'm just gonna go get the papers. You know that guy, that scene. There's a fat guy with a moustache, and I think he's called Fat Andy, but I'm not sure. I might be just thinking of Ruiz, and he was a real life copper who was corrupt and got sent away. Should be, it's no one in England has heard of Tom Aspinall, and when Leon Edwards won the title, no one cared. I mean, Leon Edwards won the title and good on him, but he didn't have the potential to be a star, whereas Tom Aspinall should be a star. He should be a star. He's got power, he's got speed, he's got violence. Most of his fights ended in the first round. Well, the only one he lost is when he did his leg, right? He could take a shot. Sergei Pavlovich hit him with a great shot. He should be a superstar, but the UFC are not promoting him. Shortby's voice of truth, spot on his own analysis. Thank you, bro. Wyatt Stagg makes good videos expanding propaganda. Okay, I'll have a look. Wyatt Stagg. Is he in relation to Colin Stagg, who was stitched up? Stitched up. You remember that? They actually sent a police, and I've spoken to people that seem to know, and they said the policeman that was sent to entrap Colin Stagg even slept with him. The police are complete wrong-uns. Oh, the British police are the best one. Yeah, they're total wrong-uns. See how many, every week there seems to be a different story about them being nonsense. Right? Who are we talking about? What did he say his name was? Wyatt Stagg. Okay, I'll check him out. Is he red pill? Does he expose stuff? I might need to drain the lizard. While I drain the lizard, you can think of a White Stag. White Anglo-Saxon Protestant. Well, he's already sold me. Subscribe. No, that can't be the same guy. What, he's only got 170 subs. That can't be him. White Stag. Oh, no, White Stag. He's talking about White Stag. Here we go. White Stag. Okay. White Stag has 22.k. Yeah, all right. This is the man. Oh, I'm already subscribed to him. You must have said that before. Heat was a good film. I don't think I've ever watched that, or at least fully. I mean, I've watched some of it. Yeah. De Niro's so woke now. Yeah, he's pathetic. Facts, Chubby. Chubby always here with the facts. Chubby, did you see BGS get nicked for hair coursing? No. The Matrix movie is left-wing postmodernist propaganda. The Matrix represents Western civilization. There's something to be said about that, but it just gave us that great phrase, the red pill. So, Shalom, his Hearn tagline. No, Rumble on St. James's. Yeah, that's right. FTP, every time. If you know anything, there's such wrong-uns. What's the other one they stitched up? That poor Barry Bulsara. What was his name? Barry George. He was some fantasist. He'd done 8 years in prison and didn't get any compensation. The system's so corrupt that even if you've only got, by the way, if the police do wrong, you've only got 6 months, I think I'm right in saying that, to complain against them. After that, you've lost your chance. So, and you spent 8.5 years in prison and you don't get no money. I mean, that's just sick. What are you talking about, Kano? BJS getting nicked for coursing. What is coursing? Isn't it like hunting or something? I discovered your YouTube channel 6-7 weeks ago, and your only channel to answer my question on live stream YouTube comments. So I try and answer every comment I can. I can't always do it on a live. That's why I put a 10-second gap as well, because so that I can try and answer them all. But yeah, I try and answer every single. I've actually got up to almost every. I go backwards as well. I actually answer stuff that like comments that happened 3 years ago, because I want to try and answer all of them. I want to be the only channel that answers all his comments. Exactly, bud. You know it. So corrupt. Jeffrey, RP Jeff Epstein, he sent me some pum over 18 and consent. What are you talking about, bro? American History X is good. A Romper Stomper is decent too. Romper Stomper's okay, but it portrays, it's got the agenda there. Portrays white people as inept, incompetent bullies. UK, the best one is Made in Britain or Made in the UK with Tim Roth. If you talk about skinhead films, American History X is okay, but it's still woke. There was Tony Cade, I think, was the guy who originally directed it. He wanted nothing to do with it because they cut out the ending. Apparently, there's an alternative ending where what's his name? What's the name of the guy? Shit. What's the name of the main guy in American History X? He's got quite a nerd. Derek Vineyard. Derek Vineyard starts to shave his head after his brother gets killed. Bad Boy Randall, make a separate video on BJS. He gives it the old bill, tells him to go F his mother. He's serious, man. Is it on YouTube, man? That sounds funny, man. I've got to have a look at that. Like, people say, oh, Billy's terrible. Oh, what? He made a video, obviously a piss take, about giving a woman a slap, and he's done a couple of wrong things. I get it, but at least he doesn't do the woke thing. He's his own man. Can someone Billy Joe Saunders arrested? Is that it? That one?
Come on, your guy. Come on, I'll get in. Yeah, 2 seconds. No. Come here. Come here. Dog. Don't keep talking to me. Come here. No. Don't keep talking to me. Come here. We're going off me then. Listen, come on. We're not fucking around. You're going to off me, mate. We're going anyway, bro. Yeah. Come on. Let's go. We've been nice to you. We ain't. Yeah. We've been nice. So where's these dogs going to, mate?
I'll watch later, man. But you know, yeah. Welcome to the fan row, boss. I've got the best funds in the world, better than Ricky Hatton. I don't charge £1,000 for a ringside seat either. But like, I'm very loyal fans, man. Gildana got no justice. I was working on a documentary really covering Serbian Croat mafia. Thoughts? There is no way on earth that she got whacked by Serbian and Croat mafia. Absolutely no way on earth. She wasn't. The documentary she was working on was about noncery in the BBC. That's why she got whacked. They made up some story. Oh, apparently she spoke badly about a Serbian warlord. So he sent someone all the way from Serbia to whack her. Can you imagine that? As if some guy in Serbia would care or even have seen some small BBC documentary about him and sent someone all the way over there to whack her. What a load of nonsense. She was working on a document about noncery in high places in the BBC. This is why she got taken care of. Well, someone else can say the well to the family row. Yeah. Well, I'm just going to drain the lizard. So while I'm draining the lizard, keep asking questions. Thank you, Big Mike. God bless Big Mike and Maloney. Dando got taken out. Yeah, we all know that. Hit me with the questions. And if you're bored, any super shackles will be appreciated. I just need to drain the lizard. I'll be back in 1 second. I'll keep talking. I keep talking while I drain the lizard. Believe that. Yeah, so let's have some thoughts. Dave Allen, Mahmoudov. Let's have another. And that's some more predictions, man. For me, it has to be Mahmoudov KO within 5. I know Dave Allen's got a great chin, but, you know, he looks a bit fat as well at the moment. He's got time, but he looks a bit fat. Someone got him, but wait, I have to say thank you. the Boxing Classics HQ, who got Dave Allen to mention Base Boxing Basement on a live, but he just said the name. Oh, I haven't heard the channel, but yeah, I might go on his live. But I sent him a message and I heard nothing back. But he might not have read it because unless you're friends on Instagram, you don't see. But I have been talking to Terry Marsh. So that will be super interesting. If Terry Marsh can come on the show, then it's my favourite ever. Oh, let me get another drink. If I get Terry Marsh on the show, one of the most interesting characters in all of boxing, then we've got something very interesting. I'm gonna have a Bud Light. You guys can make fun, but I quite like Bud Light. It's low in calories, and I'm trying to lose some weight so I can fight on Misfits and knock out that peanut head. I mean, the Brazil nut head. They tried to pin it on NATO's victims of their post-Soviet funding of the sectarian war. That thing, it was just such nonsense, man. Thank you, my boy. We can't always rely on my man Shane. Shane comes in again, 666. Thank you so much. Very generous as usual. I think I'll probably do a live tomorrow, so Kirsty can come and tell me what kind of sandwich she's making for Shane Bongos, because I'd be very interested in what kind of sandwich you're going to eat tomorrow. You've seen Scum? Yes, of course. Oh no, Daddy, nah. Scum. There are two versions of Scum. People don't know that. There are two versions of Scum, and both have Ray Winstone in it. One of them was made for TV. One of them was made for cinema release. And the TV one, this is where it gets weird. The TV one, Ray Winstone has a little biatch, like a little boyfriend, in prison. So that's a bit creepy, but yeah. Mozart, he's a straight shooter, for sure. He's one of the few guys that won't take no shit. He's also intelligent. He's been a Marine. He's been a firefighter. He's been a world champ. He's really good at chess. He's a chess boxing champion, which is always a bit weird to me. But, he was winning it in his late 50s, fighting young men. That would be awesome if I get Terry on. I'm also talking to Joey Gamache, who said he might do it. I don't know. I'd like to get Otto on. That'd be classic. And Tommy Morrison's. I don't really like to talk about it because really, until they're on, it doesn't mean anything. But there's possibilities. Because they might go, no, don't use my name. Okay, which is fair enough, It's like, if you talk about, I'm this person, I'm meet this person, do this, and the person's like, hang on, mate, I haven't agreed to it yet. So that's fine. But Tommy Morrison's wife will be interesting. Shane puts us all to shame. Shane puts us all to shame. Yeah, it's almost a rhyme there, or an alliteration. I like that. Billy Joe Sausages. There's not it's Greg's thing. Yeah, I mean, at least with Billy Joe, he's honest. I don't necessarily think, he's the gentlest person in the world, but that's his lifestyle, bro. Jimmy Savile had Jill Dando done in. Well, she was doing a investigation on that whole thing, so whatever, man. Has the police confronted on things you say on social media? What do you mean, man? I don't have no social media apart from Insta. As long as you know the law and keep within the limits of the law, you should be right. You should be right. If you use your real name on social media, you're nuts. And you're asking for it. That poor woman got 20 months, was it? Or was it 30 months? For just saying quite clearly just an emotional reaction. She was not calling for anything to be burnt, and she got put away for all that time. I mean, because she used her real name. And that's a risk you take. But the hate speech laws are quite complex. They're quite complex in the sense that you have to be calling for action against certain groups, violence or something like that. So, I wonder if Starmer would have come up in Jill's investigation. Well, he was head of the CPS and he nixed, despite 7 investigations. I mean, there will be some. There will be, the police we know are controlled secret society, but there will be some honest ones. And despite 7 separate investigations with loads of witnesses that were strong enough to go to the CPS. Keir Starmer, when he was in charge of the CPS, he denies it was him, but of course it was him. As if he wouldn't know. He's the head of the CPS. As if he wouldn't know about an investigation that big. He nixed it all. He's a wrong un. Could hear the UK seems scary. The UK is terrible for free speech. There's no such thing. What's the time? Almost 10. Let's see what's happening in boxing on Channel 5. Like I said, it's not really. Nah, what? The Marksby fight has just ended? Is that it? Oh, I don't. If that really is the case, I'm certainly not going to watch anymore. I'm not going to get my drink on, but I might go out and just like see what's happening. Whilst I still feel a bit of energy, you know, because there are times when I can't leave the basement. But yeah, let's have some questions. The UK is trying to ban the basket weaving forum. It's blocked there. Is it? No, I don't think it's yet blocked. I mean, the basket weaving forum is allegedly the last bastion of free speech, but it kind of isn't. They've got mods or Jannies. No, I can still get 4chan. They might try and ban it. A lot of like pubs and places like that, especially ones that have got the cloud, you know, the cloud Wi-Fi will ban you from going on 4chan. But you know, some people say that the servers go via the FBI or something. I don't know. It got hacked, didn't it? And they found that like 60% of posters were from a certain Middle Eastern country that we're not allowed to criticize. So what do you know about that, homeboy? Right. Okay. Are we drying up now? If we're drying up, we'll give it another 5 minutes. You know, we'll give it another 5 minutes. I've been having some chicken thighs, right? And I have been marinating them for 5 hours in this sauce I made with vinegar, honey, chili, olive oil, some other spices I can't remember, paprika, and I'm gonna make them and then I'm gonna cook them in an air fryer, and then I'm gonna put them. I'm gonna put some buffalo wings sauce on them. Who was the boxer moved from boxer to Queensberry? I can't remember. There's been a few. Buatsi was it? You ever seen those videos of the Austrian painter off his nut, Joey? No, that would be quite. Well, apparently you should take a lot of speed because they did tests. And they realized it would keep these guys could fight for days on it. But no, I haven't seen it, bro. Is it on YouTube? The video of BJS getting been arrested last year. Why is it only being released now? Oh, okay. I have no idea. I have no idea, man. No idea. You know, and they take down all kinds of videos. There's and news and stuff like that. There's stories that I know from that happened, and there ain't no Mandela effect. It's just they've been taken down all the time. Some of it will be legal issues, like the article about Gay J being the man that every woman wants to bring home. I can't find that. I can't find the article about Eubank and his brother being doing threesomes together. I can't. There's loads of videos that used to be up that are gone. So, and if you look on even when I look for images on Google, right? Images that I know exist are just not shown in results anymore, and they're not even controversial. They're just nice images, man. Yeah, like, and I'll try and do the Joe Bugner obituary again tomorrow. I'm so gutted, man. I lost that, man. Big up the Soy Jack Party for hacking 4chan, yep, and exposing the Jannies and the Shills, yep. And we kind of knew it anyway, but first fight over 97 to 95 to the travelling lad from Darlington. Oh, who's that? Marksby, was it? I didn't watch it, bro. You know, to be honest with you, I don't see anything that's going to excite me on this build. So, oh, Steve Bunce is on. Let me tell you this for nothing. Yeah, all right, okay, all right, yeah. Are there any Ugandan brasses? I want to put me borrows in their batty holes. All right. Such a mug. There are so many cover-ups. Yeah. R.I.P. Joe Bugner. Yeah, Michael, I'd really hope to get. I did a 40-minute video. I mean, I'm recording, and there's a glitch on the voice memos, and it rubbed off. And I'm trying to work out how it happened, but I looked at everything on how to restore it. It's not possible. I think if you trim a video and do a certain thing, it actually and then it doesn't save the video. It just deletes it, and you're like, what? So I'm gonna have to redo that, which is gutting because I spent a lot of time and a lot of research. That article was in the Sun about John Fury. He said he was 100-0 with 100 KOs on the street. Seems to have vanished. It's funny that now some of them will be legal reasons. They'll be like, look, some of them will be people, giving a letter before action, and they'll be like, oh yeah, we'll just take it down. There's no point because it's an old article anyway. But some of them they take down because they just don't follow the agenda. You feel me? Right, another 10 minutes. Any semblance of free speech from the pre-Magna Carta common law by the 14th century, the emphasis on alchemy, psychological warfare took precedence. The political spectrum is theatre. Lane Taylor knows this stuff and speaks very well. This is what I mean about shadow ban, right? So I've got 26 people watching now. Now, when I just started my channel, I had only 1,000 subs. I would get like 60 to 100 viewers at any one time, and shadow ban just works. You know why? Because they can't handle the truth. They can't handle the truth. Do you remember when Joe Bugner was on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out? I'd totally forgotten, but I did look at it again. Oh, Mr. Nose Candy's there. The nose candy animal is there. And he seems like he's off his nut as usual. Look, that boy's looking at him going, what are you on about? I haven't got the money. Look, you go, look, what are you on about? But no, I'd forgotten he was on that. But yeah, he was on that. I don't watch these things. I only watch Strictly Come Dancing, Never good. Would Justice Hooney win if Fabio Wardley didn't knock him out, or was Fabio just better and found Hooney? I always said that Fabio would knock him out because I had doubts on Hooney's chin, but I thought he'd do it earlier. I thought he'd do it in about the 6th round, but I mean, it doesn't matter. Would he win? It doesn't matter. If you get knocked out, you've lost, and that's the end of the story, man. Go and look at one of the best fights. Jorge Castro v. John David Jackson, who's a trainer he trained the Sergei Kovalev, the alleged Oasis. John David Jackson absolutely dominates. And I remember watching that, not knowing the result, and I'm just like, this is awful. This is terrible. Jorge Castro, wasn't it? Jorge Castro, John David Jackson. He was taking such a shellacking. And then boom, one shot. Jackson goes over, he gets up again, and Castro stops him. And Castro's eye was closed. So all that matters is that if you knock someone out, there's no point sitting there, oh, would he have won? Would he have won if it gone the distance? You got knocked the F out. And that's the point of boxing. There's nothing better. Points wins, to me, don't even satisfy me. Unless you give someone a proper beatdown, In the old days, like Victorian times in the early 1900s, yeah, if a fight went the distance, they called it a draw because they said, well, no one going to stop, so it's a draw. You feel me? So, and I don't feel that way necessarily. I think it's okay to have points decisions, but certainly, they're not as satisfying as seeing someone get stopped. Michael, I think Wardley irons out Parker. Is he definitely fighting him? I was looking at the odds actually because I remember I won a lot of money on Joe Joyce knocking out Parker. Everyone thought I was talking shit again, and I was right again, and he did. There's a good chance, but it was only against Bacoli, but the pack against Bacoli looked very powerful and much bigger. But and there's been talks about Usman Sajjad and so on, and whether he's got a few boosts there, but whatever. I mean, Parker wins. I think Wardley's a little overrated. Wardley's violent and fast, and he's not, he's had one really hard fight. The rest of his fights haven't been hard. So he's very fresh. I think it's a good fight. I'll wait till the odds before I decide on what I'm betting on. Again, you always start like this when you're betting. Forget the odds. Who would win if I had to bet my life on it? And then from there, you look at the odds. And then you make a decision. At this point, I think Packer wins. But I'll give Wardley a good chance. So if they put Wardley at 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, I'm putting money on Wardley. Have the odds come up? Does anyone know? Railway goes, it's scheduled. Oh, for late October in the O2 Arena. Great fight. Great fight. Let's have a look. Let's see if any odds have come out. Do you know what date it is? All right, I'll just look on what's it called, Paddy Power, because you can just search. You can search easily. Oh yeah, they've got odds. They haven't got a date yet, but the odds are Wardley 5.5. So that's 9-2. I would take them odds. I am taking those odds. I would take those odds if it happens, definitely. Yeah, that rematch was brutal. His face was drooping. Yeah, very ugly. I think October 25th. Yeah, it looks like it has been confirmed, or at least certainly not on Paddy Power. But at 5.5 odds, I'm taking the Woodley. Channel 5 just did a tribute to Joe Bugner. Oh, I hope it was respectable, because Bugner was... I hated the way Bugner was treated badly by the British press, the establishment, and consequently the public. Why? Because the public are influenced by whatever the press say and everything. You know, and apparently Henry Cooper never talk to him and refused to forgive him. Well, it's not Joe Bugner's fault. It was Harry Gibbs who scored the fight, and it was close anyway. And Harry Carpenter was, it's disgusting decision. It wasn't. It was a close fight. Could have gone either way, you know. And it's not Bugner's fault, is he? He fought so many good fighters, and I always liked him as a person. He was a Chad. A big heavyweight's natural body, you know, good looking, no Olmo, you know. He killed someone early on in his career. He also lost his first fight by KO. This was all going to be in my video. He lost his first fight when he turned pro at 17 after winning the ABAs. He lost his first fight by KO, but he beat that guy twice again. And later he stopped the guy twice, and you know, he turned pro at 17, and he killed a man in, I think, his 10th fight. And apparently that affected him. Again, seems like a bad choice of words, but he lost his killer instincts because he killed that man. I'm not trying to make that into something funny because it is tragic, but it did affect him a lot, Joe Bugner. And you know, I think he lost his love a little bit out of boxing, but obviously he was very good at it. He's also been in loads of movies, and he's a real good discus thrower. He's been in Street Fighter, the movie. Woodley batters Parker. I mean, I'm definitely taking that. I might even take it now. 5.5? I'll dump a 10 on that now. That just seems like those odds are too low. Too long. Because Parker has been dropped a few times. I think he's only been stopped once by Joe Joyce. Would you go to Woodley Parker? It depends on the undercard, bro. What do you think Crawford's weight difference to be after rehydration on fight night? He looks big, and he's been working to get bigger. I don't think it'll be huge, to be honest. I mean, he'll have all the old tricks, the IV, the rehydration, all that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm finishing at 10:15. Okay, so if anyone wants to super shack or buy me a beer, it would be very appreciated. If not, drop me some good questions. I enjoyed watching Wardley splatter David Adelaide. So did I. And why does he always stick his tongue out like Gaza? Stick me tongue out every time he gets hit. Geiger Chad should have stopped him. If he just like that, he throws that clumsy, or not clumsy, it's kind of awkward overhand right. If he just dropped it, he always hits here. But if he dropped it just 6 inches, 4 inches on the chin, he would have done Adelaide. And the commentary was so biased. Adelaide's hurt him. He's hurt. No, he didn't. The Geiger Chad just sat there going ding, 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 taking every single shot. And then the bell went, and he walked off as if nothing had happened. Ergovic's chin is incredible. Do you think Gen Z is a red pill? Well, some of them, but a lot of them are not, you know. Fair play. Steve Bunce just mentioned Harry Gibbs, Bugner, Cooper fight. Well, yeah, of course he has to. Come on, man. He wrote an article in Boxing News about Bugner. I mean, Bunce, you got the only credit I'll give him is he does know his boxing, but he does write a bit of nonsense now and then. But Bugner was very badly treated, and it's no wonder he left for Australia and called himself Aussie Joe, because after being, he was in this country from the age of 6. He's originally from Hungary. From the age of 6, and he was mistreated just because he beat our Henry, like our Big Frank. It's a shame he didn't beat Bruno. And actually, I thought he boxed really well. He was just a bit out of shape, But if you beat our Big Frank and our Henry, that'd be some funny stuff. All right. Okay, last questions, please, because we're going to close up. Last question, please. And then we get to see the Triple B on the pads. Okay, I'm going to close up now, right? Get to see the Triple B on the pads. I've got some more footage. Tell him, I don't mind Byron Bunce. I don't know Adam Smith any. Yeah, 100%. But Adam Smith has never boxed. And he doesn't know anything about boxing. Steve Bunce has boxed as an amateur. Steve Bunce also does know something about boxing, even though he's an idiot. Is Bunce about him? No, I think he's married. No, definitely not Bunce. No, he's just a degenerate pig who sticks biros in the batiols of Ugandan hookers. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream. God bless you all. As always, we have to say thank you to my boy Shane Bongos. Hopefully, I might do one tomorrow, Shane, and you can bring Kirsty on. Johnny Conway in the house. Thank you for the phone 99. Am I funny? How am I funny? What the fuck is so funny about me, Jimmy? Maury's wigs being tested against Hurricane wigs. No. Maury's wigs being tested against hurricane winds. Shane Mongus again. Thank you, brother. 2 more questions. Never good. The tongue sticking out thing reminds me of the Hindu goddess Kali. Yep. Who's demonic and represents wrath. Yep. Fenris has co-opted Kali as a symbol. Yeah. When celebs stick out their tongues, it's connected. Yeah, 100%. I don't even like doing it. See Jim Carrey talking about it. Yeah, the mocking tongue. You're not schizo, brother. You're completely right. The Matrix borrows from a system called Neoplatonism. It creates a false dichotomy, and the truth is a trinity, and they gaslit the audience in the last movie on making Trinity a woman. True, I didn't watch anything but the first one anyway. Great stream, should be. Oh, thank you, brother. Bless you so much. Thank you for being on here. My wrench tested under gale force. Oh, yeah. Maury's wigs have been tested under gale force conditions. Maury's wigs don't come off. Yeah, except when you're getting strangled by Jimmy Conway. Anyway, yeah, thanks, guys. Peace in the Middle East. Let's go out with this. Peace in the Middle East.